think Hulk Hogan realizes the temper, you know, that Eric Bischoff has. But right now, World Heavyweight title, baby.
Big match atmosphere. You can feel it in the Impact Zone tonight and against all odds.
The hometown favorite is Samoa Joe. Really in his corner here. I'll tell you, from a wrestling purist perspective, AJ getting out of dodge, whenever these two men compete against each other, they make some magic.
Taz, let's talk strategy. Samoa Joe knows AJ Styles inside out and vice versa.
I think you got to try and pull some stuff out that you haven't done when you've wrestled the opponent, you know, in a long time. You know, if you're AJ Styles, I think you really got to not make a mistake. Don't do any high-risk stuff that you can make a mistake, because Joe will capitalize.
At the same time, if you take that high-risk element out of the phenomenal AJ Styles offensive attack, out of his game, that limits the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
I agree, but I just have a feeling that Ric Flair maybe instructed AJ to be a little conservative here. Wrestle smart, wrestle sound, to be conservative with AJ. I'm sorry, with Joe.
We've noticed some additions
That's not gonna work.
to the offensive resume, the repertoire of the TNA World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles since he came under the influence of the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Well, AJ, wait. God. AJ got frustrated, went for another shoulder block. I don't know why he did that.
You pointed out the weight difference between champion and challenger when we broke down the tail of the tape, and AJ changes his strategy in mid-move, instead goes for the cheap shot with the punch, and here comes that was fierce.
Oh my God! Look at Joe with those jabs. That shoulder block was sick.
Series of strikes in the corner. Right hand after right hand, then puts the boots to Styles and right back on him. Champion shot off, challenger in with a running elbow. And the kick out of nowhere.
You know what I think is so impressive what Joe did a couple weeks ago on Impact when he cashed in, you know, the Feast of Fight, case saying, I'm going to take my opportunity to you. He didn't pick his spot with it. Joe gave AJ ample time to prepare. That's confidence in the challenger.
That's also because Samoa Joe has something to prove to AJ Styles. Joe felt that he didn't want to take advantage of cashing in that feast or fire case, maybe after AJ had already been in a match. And some people might question that strategy, Taz. But in the mind of Samoa Joe, he did it for one reason. That was to beat AJ at his best.
He might beat him out. Well, I think Joe's about pride. You know, Joe's about pride, and that's one of the things that he has a problem with AJ. He feels that, you know, AJ used to be, buzzwords that people would say about AJ used to be pride, heart, desire. Now you gotta look at AJ as a guy who's pretentious, you know, very self-centered. I think that really POs a guy like Joe.
And I think it especially POs Joe because of the way that their careers were parallel for so long. Joe caught him out of nowhere. With that big knee right into the pin, and Bischoff down for 2 only.
That was a sick, sick impact. Joe's knee drilled AJ's jaw. I don't know how AJ's not knocked out cold right now.
And after connecting with the knife edge chop to the chest, no surprise that Joe makes eye contact with the man who made that chop famous, the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
A round kick right to the chest with that low round kick. And there's going to be another one coming up, trust me.
First one to the chest, that one to the back of the leg, the hamstring, as you mentioned.
Yep. Got caught. Joe got caught. Nice. Look at that dragon screw.
He just whipped his leg. That can be serious knee damage.